Peace and love, what's happening? This is Stacy Patrice here with another Hump Day edition of Tools for the Soul. Only problem with today is that it's not Hump Day. Hump Day was yesterday. I'm uploading this video on a Thursday as opposed to the regular Wednesday. And no one's noticed, no one said anything, but why is it that I feel the need to tell you all that I uploaded this video late? And the answer is that we have to learn how to be impeccable with our word, myself included. This is a lesson for myself as well as a lesson for all of my viewers, that being impeccable with your word is something that we all are in the practice of. And we all place our priorities in different places. And we are either making what we say we are, what we are doing, what we are about a priority, or we're not. And it's pretty much that cut and dry. So on my day of not uploading my own video, I decided to, just kind of connect to some ideas around what happens when a person is not able to be impeccable with their word, regardless of the result. But what is actually happening that creates that situation to take place? And how can we use some tools for the soul to avoid that from happening in the future, or to offset that as one of our happenings? And so I wrote a few out. And the first one I wrote out is remembering that you are the only person that you are accountable for until you give your word. So in the beginning, I can say, I decided to do these videos on Wednesday, and I want to do them on every Wednesday because that's a great day where my schedule is not so hectic to upload a video. I have some time during the day on Wednesdays to get this done. And this is just what I'm going to do every Wednesday until I don't. Well, now that I've said that video after video after video, and now that I've put that video out into the universe, I don't know, there might be someone out there who says, oh, on Wednesdays I watched this video at Stacy Patrice Tools for the Soul, but for some reason yesterday she didn't post a video, and that's so weird. I don't know, maybe she's done posting videos, maybe something happened to her. I hope she's okay. Maybe, she'll post it later. Maybe I missed it. So many different points of confusion when you do not put your own accountability in your own word. And so I apologize for not having this video up yesterday to myself, and then anyone else I affected by not, following up on my own word to myself. So my first word was a promise to myself that I was going to put this into my schedule, make it important, post it, and then share my gifts so that other people can access them. And so today, this sharing really comes from the space of me recognizing that I have to also practice what I preach. I'm not immune just because I'm sharing it, right? So no one is in tune with what's going on with my schedule. No one knows what's happening with me. So it's really just a function of, did you do it or did you not? And that's all that people are going to remember is, were you impeccable with your word or were you not? And they'll see what happens as a result. But in the beginning, it's just whether you step up to the plate or whether you don't. Number two is remembering all of the original circumstances that came with your words. So in using this idea of posting this video, if my original idea was to really share and to really give, does that mean that just because I wasn't perfect and posted it at the perfect time on the perfect day that I said that I would, that I should not post it at all and just wait until the next week so I can show up and be perfect again? No. It means that when you give your word, you have to do whatever you can to restore the faith that you put out there with your word. So in other words, I don't want to skip a video. I don't want to skip a week. If that means I have to postpone something today in order to do this, that's just what I have to do. But it doesn't mean that I have forgotten the intention, the enthusiasm, the love that I had when I said that this was what I was going to do, and that I have to recall that in order to get it done. And I recalled that this morning, and I felt it, and I felt that I had something different to say than what I was going to record yesterday. And this was actually more in line and more on time and more true to what's going on in my life right now than what I was going to record yesterday. So it's perfect. It always works out perfectly. You just have to follow through. Step 3 is work in the now. Give yourself time and space to allow circumstances to unfold, because they always will, right? So if you say, hey, I'm going to get that to you on Tuesday and it's Sunday, maybe there's a space in Sunday where you can get it done. Or maybe there's a space right now where you can get it done. Or maybe you don't give yourself till Tuesday because you'll wait till Tuesday. But whatever you do, you find a space and you say, if I work more in the now, if I work more in the present, upon which I gave my word, I have a higher chance of my word being delivered. If I wait, I procrastinate and put it on the assembly line, then that assembly line is going to stack up with new things I put on the assembly line. It's going to be overwhelming to deliver my word at the time that I said that I would. And I'll make excuses to dig my way out of it because I really don't want to do it anymore, because I've forgotten all of the wonderful things and intentions that I put with it. And I'm simply looking at time and, comfort and, all of those things that make us feel like, oh, it doesn't really matter, that we say that to ourselves. Oh, it doesn't matter if I put it out today or tomorrow, or it doesn't matter if people don't go without it for a while. It doesn't matter if I don't do what I originally said I was going to do. And we put it on other people when the onus is within ourselves to deliver what we said we would, whether anyone notices or not. It's our job to deliver it. So that's my number 3. My number 4 is to take the time to cultivate your intuition to make split decisions. So what this basically means is, if you know you're the type of person that tends to procrastinate, put it on high priority on your list to do right away. And this kind of goes back to the now, but put it on high priority and say, you know what, I think I'm going to just jump into this right now. I have a moment, I'm thinking about it, nothing else is going on that I can't do later. I'm going to do this one now because it's first on the assembly line of what I said I was going to do. And it gets done and you knock it out and you feel better afterwards. You get it done, you deliver it, and then that's something you don't have to think about again. It's off of your plate. It was temporary. It was for a set amount of time. That time is expired. It's gone, right? So this is something that we can all do to cultivate our intuition so that we know, I think I can get this done between 5 and 7, but I really have to be intentional and be in front of the computer at 4 o'clock just to make sure I start at 5 and I'm done by 7. So just making those schedules, using that intention and that logic to carve a place where this can happen. So that's been really big for me. And there's so many instances surrounding what it is that you intend to do and what you put your word out there to do. And you have to follow through with the same creativity and the same urgency, and make sure that if you feel like you want to share your love and you want to give and you want to be a part of, making a change, then when you're looking through the steps to complete, you have to say, I want to share my love. I want to be a part. I want to be, a role of making this change. You have to have that same urgency, creativity, and intention on the follow through steps. And then the last thing that I want to say is, it's really more about finding your flow. When you are giving your word on something, there's something about it that to you speaks to you. And when you deliver that, it's also going to speak to all of the people that you affected, but it comes from you first. So if it's coming from a place of angst or from a place of, I really don't feel like it. Why did I ever agree to this? I don't want to do this. I just can't stand it. You have to remove the charge. And the best way to remove the charge is to just let go and say, you already agreed to it, so you have to do it. There's no choice. There's no other way around it. No other option. No other, excuse or justification you can make. Just get it done. And just open your heart and get it done. And if you can't recall that original intention and that feeling that you have, put a new one in there. Put a new one in there. Say, you know what? I'm going to do this today because I want people to feel like, with my program, the Love Immersion, it's an online program, so people are constantly in there behaving differently, than maybe the way that the program was designed for them to behave, or what the intention was behind the program. But all I have to do is keep refreshing the intention, because refreshing the intention is going to put people in the space of remembering why they're there if they ever forget. That's my job as a journey leader, is to refresh that intention and say, hey, you agreed to do this. I agreed to offer this. Let's work together. Let's collaborate. Let's get it done. It's a short period of time. Let's go all in. And that is the essence of being impeccable with your word. It's not just saying something and doing something. It's duplicating that energy that you said it with. It's remembering and holding the vision and that intention that you set forth. It's honoring the divinity that you have something that has to be done, has to be unfurled, has to be given, and that there are people who you don't know, whose lives may or may not depend on that right now or later. Just get it done, people. Thank you so much for watching today. I want to hear what you have to say about keeping your word, being impeccable with your word, how you offset when you weren't perfect and didn't keep your word, how you went back to fix that, how you adjusted for that inconsistency in your life, and how you keep yourself on a practice of keeping your word. Leave a comment below right here on YouTube. Again, my name is Stacy Patrice. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you're keeping your word today. I hope you're keeping your words from yesterday. If not, you know what you got to do today. And as always, thank you so much for joining in, for sharing, for inboxing, for leaving your comments, for leaving your love. Peace, love, namaste, ashe. Thanks so much.